As we think about the role of the teacher in a competency-based learning system, the teacher plays a variety of roles. They're the coach, they're a mentor, they're a tutor, they're a curator of information, they're a facilitator, and they're analysis. In this PowerPoint, we're going to go a little bit deeper in what it means to be the role of the teacher. But before we do that, let's review what we learned in the previous PowerPoint, that there are 3 learning cycles a year, and the role of the teacher shifts in each of these learning cycles. You can see that they're mentoring, and there's project development and helping to set goals and reflect on those goals. They're actually instructing and teaching during content seminars, which are project-based learning experiences that articulate how a student will move towards mastery. They're helping to facilitate expeditions, which are intense explorations of topics of high interest to students. Teachers might be leading these, outside entities might come in to lead these, students might be developing projects on their own to do some in-depth study, they could do internships, they might be out in the community learning about something they're highly interested in, they could be doing field trips to various places. There'll be a variety of learning experiences in the expeditions. Exhibitions are where they're actually going to present the learning that they have done in the past 11 weeks and reflect on the goals they've set in partnership with their teacher, other students, their parents, and outside community members. So what does the role of the teacher look like? One of the roles of the teacher is coach. Teachers are going to coach students on their cognitive skills, their habits of success, where they lie on the rubric, and what learning experiences they're going to need to have to move along the rubric continuum. Teachers will coach students on setting high quality goals. If we're going to have effective instruction, then we need to set goals, and those goals need to be personalized to the student and what the student actually needs. Teachers will provide students with opportunities to practice these skills. They'll do that through the content seminars, expeditions, independent learning, tutoring, a variety of opportunities. As a coach, you know that we need to inspire our students to achieve really high goals and to celebrate their successes. It's a way to motivate students and keep them on track. Teachers need to provide students with real-time, in-the-moment, high-quality personal feedback that's directly related to their goals, the rubrics for the competencies, and where the student is and what evidence they have to show that they are moving along that continuum. Teacher also serves as mentor. Mentors know their students well. They support them in achieving their college and career goals. They're the counsel to a group of mentees that helps them through the college process or the movement into a career. Mentors will meet with their mentees weekly. There'll be check-ins, they'll reflect on the week, they'll discuss their goals, and they'll plan for the upcoming week. They support their students through the individual victories they have and the challenges, because we know that both through our victories and our challenges, learning takes place. Our work as a mentor is to help students become empowered learners. They need to own their learning and become self-directed. They need to work towards achieving their goals and maximize the opportunities that are in the community and in our school to help them achieve their goals. They'll help their students cultivate those habits of success that we learned about earlier. Those are the foundational skills needed for them to be successful in the career, workforce, and as a citizen. And we'll partner with the families. Our mentors and teachers will get to know their families and understand what is happening outside the classroom to better support their mentees' needs. As tutor, teachers will personalize the supports they provide for their students. No one student needs the exact same thing, so they'll identify the strengths and growth areas for each student and then personalize the interventions that students will need in order for them to be successful. As tutors, teachers will structure their time to provide students the supports they need. Students could have different stations, and teachers spend time with small groups giving real-time feedback on the cognitive skills or the content they are trying to understand. Our staff will have office hours that provide students with additional supports either in the morning or in the afternoon. Students need to self-advocate and work to meet with teachers in order to get the help they need. Teachers will provide targeted literacy and math interventions. We know that reading is core to students being successful in all areas, so we'll help them build those skill sets, help them to problem solve, and provide the levels of intervention needed for each student. And during personal learning time, teachers will provide that one-on-one tutoring. They'll review the data and identify groups of students that have common needs, offer opt-in workshops and group support, work side by side with students to provide them the skills they need in order to be successful. Teachers will also be curators. They'll be able to decide what content to bring into the classroom based on their students' needs and how the students are receiving that comment. Students will have the opportunities to upvote and downvote curriculum that's being presented to them, including the ways in which it's being presented. Teachers will collaborate with each other frequently to share best practices and resources. Teachers will have co-planning time and will build in time for teachers to meet and discuss how curriculum is going and how students are progressing. Students need to adjust the content to cultivate student interest. The program is really designed to tap into the interest of our students and help them be more successful and find relevance in their learning. They'll compile meaningful resources for each student. So students could be studying different things in different ways in order to meet the same criteria and or competencies. And teachers will select content they want to focus on. They'll contribute to common assessment planning, and they'll work collaboratively to adjust the content to meet our students' interests. As facilitator, teachers will personalize the process so that we can accelerate students' learning. Many of our students come to us credit deficient or have not been very successful in the traditional programs, and it will be our work to actually develop systems and supports so students are not waiting to make progress. Teachers will encourage reflection and self-assessment because this helps create self-directed learners, and being self-directed is key to them being successful at college and in life. During project or content seminars, teachers will structure the time so it is project-based, maximizing their time with students. And they will encourage students to work in teams. Collaboration is one of those key 21st century skills that almost all employers are looking for, the ability for you to work successfully collaboratively with others. And teachers will make positive change in schools by elevating student voice. We feel it's important that students have a voice in their own learning, that they can share their feelings about how things are going and build relationships with teachers and in other students. And we want them to play an active role in addressing the issues that we have on our campus and the issues that students have in their own lives. In order to do many of these things, teachers need to be analysts. They need to know where all their students are performing relative to their goals. They'll have up-to-date data to support their students' understanding of their performance, utilizing the rubrics and the content that is being taught in their courses. They'll analyze this data using the students' personalized learning plans and develop a deep understanding of where each child is and the plan for getting them to move forward through the complex projects that we'll be offering on this campus. Teachers will collaborate to determine which students need additional supports. Students may need additional pieces that they need to work on in order to be successful, and we will work to co-design those interventions and thread them through the students' learning experience. We'll work to look at what adjustments we need to make on our campus in order to meet our goals through survey data, by identifying issues on campus and working with students, staff, administration, and families in order to address these issues. And they'll really use the data about each student to personalize the learning activities that each of our students actually experiences. These 6 roles, coach, mentor, tutor, curator, facilitator, analyst, they're critical roles for our teachers, and they are a shift in how we currently do practice. Although many of the skill sets within each we have been doing and working towards, the role of the teacher will shift as the role of our students as they become more self-directed learners, empowered to actually make decisions about what will be best for them in achieving their goals and moving towards a more competency-based model.